mean, I've been putting it more in terms of, or thinking of that in terms of peoples as uprooted people versus
Uh-huh,
unrooted people.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
And I don't know if you feel the same way to respond to this idea of, um, it's really difficult, I think, for Americans. I mean, we could talk about Donald Trump in particular, but as somewhat really unrooted people. In some ways, that being a part of the American story as immigrants in the melting
Right,
pot that,
right,
where it's not even about laying down roots in America. It's about other values that are not so blood and soil based. When they encounter somebody who is rooted or
mhm.
is in the attempt of being uprooted. So, I mean, the Palestinian man who sits on the rubble and hears Donald Trump's offer of,
Right,
we'll build you a suburb somewhere in
right,
Syria, and
right,
he's like, this rubble is more precious than any palace
right,
in America. I
right.
think that's a quite difficult, even just emotional understanding for unrooted persons
Uh-huh.
as Americans to actually. I mean, how do you sort of um, bridge that gap in a Jewish or non-Jewish way
Yeah,
to
yeah,
actually try to
yeah.
talk to people about that?
But it's also, yeah, that Palestinians are not just deracinated individuals. They are a nation. They're a group of people with a very, very deep connection to this place that goes back many, many generations and is really, really precious. And so it may be some ways hard for Americans to understand that, perhaps, again, because we have this kind of immigrant story. But I also think there are many Americans who, if they were be forcibly uprooted from their territory, would also feel a very, very, very strong connection to the place that they're from.